Hey, hello there, good evening and welcome to the Planet Cruise TV show. My name's Sean, by the way, and everyone's a bit jealous at the moment because I've just come back from a cruise around the Greek islands. It was amazing, honestly. I'll tell you all about it, but we've got a fantastic show coming up. If you're new to this show, all about cruising, we've got some great prices, exclusive deals. We've got cruises for last-minute ones, we've got cruises for next year and the year after, but most importantly, we've got this man. We've got Glenn Wallace with us. Good evening.
How are you? I feel very relaxed today. I feel I should be on a chaise lounge.
Well, if you feel like just lying
just
out...
stroking a cat, talking about cruises.
No, Glenn, we were talking about, you've got a great show lined up. We were talking about the cruise industry. It's really beginning to come back now, isn't it?
It is. It's starting to come back. Yeah, I mean, obviously, we've been dealing with the staycation cruises, which have been fantastic around the UK from sort of May through to literally the last ones are finishing next week. And I think that's got people back into cruising. They've been talking to people that have gone back on the ships. They feel safe. They've been absolutely fantastic. And now we're starting to get the vibe of people starting to actually phone us up, booking rather than moving cruises because things have been obviously cancelled. And we're starting to get that positive vibe. And a lot of stuff for 2022, but also cruise lines are starting to, in the next 4 to 6 weeks, a few of the big boys releasing their 23 summer programmes and going into winter 23-24, and that's going to get busy.
And I tell you, it's just nice to have something to look forward to. So I've just come back from a cruise around the Greek islands.
You never mentioned it, have you? Right, OK.
Do you know, it was just so good. And Glenn, I can honestly say it felt really safe.
Yeah,
you know,
I think
it really did.
I think it's like everything at the moment. I think you go into a pub at home, there are certain things that are different to what they were 18 months ago. And I know on some of the ships at the moment, you have to wear sort of masks going from venue to venue. You have to fill in some of the paperwork and do the test. But unfortunately, if you want to travel at the moment, that's what you've got to do. But I think people want to travel, they want to see the world, they want to get on planes and ships and go around the world. And cruise ships are as safe as anything. They're so clean.
Yeah, I was going to say the cleaning that I saw taking place.
But it's not in your face, is it? It's not like they're constantly clean all the time. But, you know, there's less passengers.
When I was staggering back to bed at 2 in the morning, you know.
And they were just, were they just sweeping you up like... Yeah. To be quite honest, you did that before the pandemic. Doesn't mean it was before.
No, seriously, I did hear the vacuum going at 2 in the morning. I was the last going to bed. But we've got a brilliant show and some amazing prices tonight.
We have. We've got some good ones. We've got a P&O coming up. We've got Marella. We've got a couple of other deals as well. And it's just so nice to be talking about places that we're going to be visiting in 22 and 23, which is good.
Anyway, we better start. And we're going to start with Marella. And I have just come back from a Marella cruise.
Oh, you've done a cruise, have you?
Yeah, just did a cruise.
Where'd you go?
You know, yeah.
Greek Islands?
Greek Islands,
lovely,
yeah.
nice
and it was with Marella. And I was a bit slow to discover Marella. I only discovered them really about 2 years ago. And I've been working with Glenn and Planet Cruise for about 12, 13 years. But I absolutely love them as a brand. I think they offer great value. The entertainment, Robbie was on, Robbie and his team, I was on the Discovery. Amazing entertainment, great food, really friendly, friendly staff. And exceptional value. Oh, and look at that, all-inclusive.
Well, our favourite word.
Yes. I think the cruise company made a massive loss with me, I have to say. but we had the most brilliant time. And for me, they're two best ships, and you've been on them as well, Discovery and Explorer. Yeah,
exactly. So I think if we start having a look at the ships, I think we've got some footage of them at the moment. But, I mean, they had their older ships, 4 or 5 years ago, and then they brought in Discovery 1, then Discovery 2, and Explorer 1, and Explorer 2. They're not new ships. They've been refurbished for the Marella brand. But, as I said, I did Discovery a couple of years ago on my cruise around the Greek Isles. And what you find with Marella, like you're saying, is, first of all, the staff. The staff are exceptional. People love them. And even people like the captain and the cruise director, they're UK based. They have a banter with each other.
UK humour, a bit cheeky, actually.
Bit cheeky. They're not so much formal. And I always feel people, when they walk on the ship, feel comfortable.
Yeah. And there was one night with dressing up. But again, it wasn't over the top. And, everyone felt comfortable.
And again, when we run it, I mean, my wife's a former cruise director, so she always is really interested in the show. The entertainment's fantastic. The crew are really good as well. And the food's good, the entertainment's all-inclusive, so you pay one fee. I mean, look at that lead price on there for $499. That's your flights, your transfers, drinks and tips.
And what I like as well, and this is very important in the current climate, Because Marella are with TUI, all the flights and everything, it's all taken care of. You're not having to do lots of things yourself and add them all out. You know, from start to finish, it's quite seamless, actually.
What we're finding at the moment is a lot of passengers want to book it through the cruise line. So whichever company they decide to go with, and what we're saying to them at the moment is it's all done through them. And especially with Marella, it's TUI flights, and they pick you up, meet you at the airport, take you to the ship, all your drinks, tips included, and it's just done with them, and it makes it nice and easy. And if you've never done a cruise before, and you're a little bit nervous about what's going on, this is a great way of doing it. Marella Explorer's good as well, especially for the adults, because it's an adults-only ship, so there's no children on board. Marella's quite a family-based cruise line as well, but these are adults only.
And we're just looking at the buffet now. Again, in terms of safety, you know, there's not everyone helping themselves anymore. Everything, you know, is served to you.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's not like in the old times where maybe you'd have lots of people.
Grabbing food.
Yeah, none of that,
yeah.
no crowding around. The specialised restaurants, we went to Coral,
that's the Asian one, isn't it? On there? Yeah, really, really good. And I think it's
Amazing.
about, what, £17 or £18, something like that?
It wasn't a lot. I think
No.
about, £20.
£20,
Yeah.
and they've got the steakhouse as well. You've got loads of restaurants on there. As I said, you're entertained, they do the show repeated, so you've also got freedom dining, open dining on there, so you can dine when you want to coincide with, obviously, the shows.
The snack bar there is great for just, you know, like your burgers, your chips,
Grabbing something on the run.
Yeah, loads of bars, and it is all inclusive, of course. But wherever you went, there'd be a singer, there'd be a pianist, there'd be a performance. It was wonderful.
Yeah, and you go from venue
bands.
to venue, and as I said, it's great because you have your dinner, then you go and watch the show, then you go into a bar, and then next morning you wake up in another destination.
You certainly do. So I'm a big fan of Marella. So I loved my time last week on Discovery. And the price, if I could get away again, if my bosses would allow me to get away, right, I'd do it, because we've got some last-minute deals on this, some brilliant prices with Planet Cruise. I don't think they'll let me go on holiday again this year, but but let's talk through the itinerary on this one. It's a great one, isn't
this
it?
one's going to fly down to Malaga on there, and again they've got regional flights. The good thing with Marella and TUI is they have regional airports, so sometimes people say, can I fly from Norwich or Exeter, which we normally wouldn't be able to do. They can normally do that with Marella, which is really good. You've got a day at sea, which is lovely, just to chill out, relax, get a bit of winter sun, which is nice. Imagine sitting around the pool, having a couple of drinks, going watching the show and knowing that you're in a port of call the next day. We then head down from our day at sea into Barcelona. Now, Barcelona is always a popular destination, and again, where they dock there, they dock the other side of the bridge, so a bit too far to walk. There'll be shuttle buses or taxis in, and then you can jump on the hop-on, hop-off buses. You've got Sagrada Familia, you can go and watch you go to the new camp, you can go to Gaudi's Park Grill, which is really interesting, or just go to Las Ramblas, wander around for the day. You'll normally see all the crew at the top right-hand side up in Hard Rock Cafe, being very, very traditional Spanish. But it's a lovely place to go and see in Barcelona. It's one of my favourite destinations. We then head over to the Balearics. We're going into Palma. Now, again, when we dock in Palma, we dock just on the outskirts of Palma town. So again, there's shuttle buses that will drop you up by the Palma Cathedral, the 12th century Gothic-style cathedral. Again, from there you can wander around. You've got La Lonca, you've got great shops there. If you want to go further afield, you can go down into Magaluf and Santa Ponza, go further up onto Soyer, to the train, and over to Calador. But I love Mallorca, again, one of my favourite places. I got married there, so it's got to be good. Then we head down to Valencia. Some of you may not have been to Valencia before. This is where paella originated. Did you
didn't know that,
See?
no.
Well, I've got a month now to research these shows. That's great. I've got all these useless facts that people can take away with them. But again, you've got the Oceanographic Centre. You've got good beaches there, so hopefully the weather down that time of the year will still be nice and warm. You've also got the Central Marketplace, and again, some beautiful squares to wander around and some of the lovely buildings into Valencia. Then down into Cartagena. Cartagena, heading down to on the east coast of Spain, and again, I used to have a place just along from Cartagena, so I know it well. You've got the Roman amphitheatre there, which you can actually walk to from when you come off the port area. Loads of bars and restaurants along there. You'll see a lot of the guests just wandering off, having a wander around the back streets of Cartagena, maybe going over to the amphitheatre, and then just relaxing in the afternoon before the ship says get back on board. We're starting the evening entertainment. Then we go to Gib, which of course is famous. It's like stepping back into 1970s UK.
It honestly is.
It is.
Yeah.
You've still got the you've still got the red telephone boxes. You've got the British police. They're obviously a British principality.
I think they've got stores as well that disappeared from. Like...
I think they've still got CNA.
Yeah, I think they are.
And there's your Chin Twin.
Yeah, that's me.
There you go.
Yeah, that's wow. That's one of my relatives. I know. It does look like.
But you've got the apes in Gibraltar that you can go and see at the top of the rock. Don't have anything in your bag because they'll have them away. And
they weren't really friendly to me, but I think they honestly thought I was.
They thought you were one of theirs.
They did, yeah.
And then finally from there, you're back into Malaga. What a lovely cruise just for 7 days to get away just before Christmas. And the price is phenomenal.
Yeah. Now, I will say, just from my own experience, the ships are not as full as normal. From what I gather, and this from just chatting to some of the crew, I think some of the inside cabins are being used for crew and things. So
they're going at the moment to about 60%. Obviously, that's changing. They want to get back to 100% because they're a business.
But at the moment,
the thing is, it's lovely.
It's great.
Perfect. You've got more space and only half the people.
So if you can get away, if I was retired, or wasn't working right now, I would jump at these last-minute deals. I really would. And we look at the
and
dates.
you can tell the weather's getting bad here, so it'd just be nice to get out there and be waiting.
Miserable here, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
So if you can get away, do it. Honestly, I did it last week.
And I reckon once you've done a Marella cruise, depending on who you cruised with before, I reckon you go back because the prices are so good.
Yeah, they really are. Well, I'm hooked now. Anyway, let's show you what's included. It's a really special offer. You are getting Planet Cruise always get amazing deals. They've been with us for years now. Brilliant, award-winning, of course, company. £100 savings included in the prices shown, all inclusive. And that's honestly, the wines are really good.
Wines, beers, cocktails,
everything, yeah.
Everything, yeah. I bet you went through the menu.
Oh, yeah, I wasn't good. I've been good since I've been back there. Please drink responsibly. Return flights are included. Also, regional flights are available. Again, Marella, brilliant for that. And all guests must have had both vaccinations at least 14 days prior to travel as well. Let's look at these prices. Now, what is interesting, you'd expect these prices for the $499 to be an inside, but it's not. It's an outside.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You've got some really, really good deals on there as well. And as I said, if you look, you've got all those dates up to Christmas on there. I mean, you've even... Look at the Christmas one.
See, if I could do that, I would.
Look at the Christmas one, £1,000 for Christmas. I tell you what,
single price.
You try and get a hotel for 7 days over Christmas and have all your drinks and tips and everything handed in. You wouldn't get anywhere near that
I don't
price.
think I've ever seen prices like this, and I mean it.
And the singles, look at the single prices.
I'm not planning on being single, but you never know. Right, very important, different phone number to you. You're calling Planet Cruise Direct, 0808 2502 662. What time are you open till tonight, Glenn?
They're open till 10 o'clock tonight. I'm back in tomorrow morning at 9, so I'll be on the phones tomorrow morning. But
so if you recognise that voice and it's called Glenn, it will be you.
Yeah, I might be a bit sleepy after getting back tonight, but I'll be there from 9 o'clock tomorrow
morning. You're on the ball tomorrow, you'll be fine.
Right on there.
But honestly, amazing start to the show. But we're going to move on to a wonderful cruise company, Oceania. Again, I was very lucky to cruise them a little while ago.
Yeah.
They are, they're known to be very, very top end when it comes to
top end. They're 5-star deluxe luxury. I'm not sure what brand they put themselves in, but again, with Oceania, you pay for what you get on there. And this one's featuring the new ship. So this is
she's brand new.
Oceania Vista, due to be launched first couple of months in 2023, and we're featuring one of the Great Greek Isles cruises. Now, the thing with Oceania that's different from some of the other cruise lines, they don't have surfing and rock climbing and big kids clubs.
No.
It's like a country club at sea. Again, mainly adults. I think children can go on board, but it's mainly adults on there. And the thing they pride themselves on is their food. And I think, personally, I think it's the best food at sea.
Yeah, I agree. And if you are somebody, if you are a foodie, if you really appreciate the finest of dining, this is cruise company to go with. And we should say all the speciality restaurants, you get 4 of those.
Yeah.
And they are included, aren't they?
They are included on there for you. So again, if you look at these as some of the images that they're releasing at the moment for this, obviously it's being built as we speak at the moment, and it will be beautiful. Again, people that have cruised with the Oceania are already registering to obviously sail with her again, especially on the new ship. And I think, as I said, it's another one of these, once you've gone with them once, very difficult to then go with other cruise lines because of, as I say, the exceptional service you have on board.
And what is so lovely as well, if you are a little bit nervous about planning ahead, this is the 1st of June, 2023. The 10% deposit is fully refundable, isn't it?
It is. So you can put down the deposit today, you get it booked, and then obviously if circumstances change, it is refundable. But again, they've got offers at the moment on there where you've got your drinks packages, you've got free Wi-Fi included on that as well. And the Greek Isles and that itinerary, I've done that. I spent 2 years sailing that itinerary, and it's phenomenal.
Yeah, that's just what I've done, and
and it's one of my favourites out of all the places I've cruised in the world. And you've got some of the top ports in the world on this particular one, sailing on one of the best ships. I mean, their food that they have on there, as I said, they've got 4 speciality restaurants. Obviously, they have the main restaurant, which is a an evening unto themselves, to be quite honest. It's not a case to sit down for an hour. You're there. It's normally
no,
7
it's an
courses,
experience.
and you normally need bigger trousers on the way home than you do on the way out. But you've also got the new ones they've got there. They've got Ember, which is an American one, which they have on there. They've got Toscana, which is Tuscan cuisine. And they've also got Ember, which is American creation, and that's like your braised ribs, crab cakes, grilled sawfish as well. And of course, their most famous one that they have, which is synonymous throughout the cruising industry, is of course red ginger, which we've both dined in before, and many people that say that's their favourite.
And we should say, you know, to have this kind of dining experience, you could be paying hundreds and hundreds of pounds.
Yes.
In a restaurant, you know, in London, for example. Let's look at the itinerary on this. It's a big itinerary, actually, isn't it?
It is a big itinerary on this one. So this is going to fly from the UK, and the cruise is going to depart from Athens. So again, about a 3.5-hour flight directly in. And again, with this one at the moment, they have got flights available from a number of different airports as well. And again, there's no additional supplement to fly from them, which is really, really good. And you can also upgrade at the moment for £99 on some business class departures as well. So you need to call the team for that, and they'll be able to assist you.
I didn't realise there was no supplement.
No supplement on there for them, which is really, really good.
Oh, wow, that is good.
Really, really good, yeah. So we're going to start off with Athens, and then from there you're going into, I think, one of the greatest ports of call in the world. And again, if you've never been there before, that's Santorini.
Oh, yeah.
And again, with Santorini, this is your cruise, basically. Imagine pulling into this ship, into this destination. That's Oia, which is the Blue Dome buildings. You're going to tender, because there's no port to go in there. You'll go across to Fira, you'll take the cable car, or the donkeys take the cable car, and then from Fira you can have amazing views of the ship, but again on the Caldera, but you can then go over to Oia, and that's where your Blue Dome building. So I suggest you go there in the morning and then spend the afternoon just sitting in a nice restaurant taking the views, and you can see your ship for the Caldera. We then dock into Crete, into Heraklion. This was my home port for a couple of years, and again from here it's walking distance into the town. You can go, and that's the port area there, that's the walled city that they have. You can go off to the Minoan ruins of Knossos, which is also very, very popular to go and visit, and that's Knossos there, but a great port to wander around. We then go into Bodrum, which is our next place. We're going into our Turkish Isles on here for us, into Bodrum. And again, from here, you've got a number of things to go and see. You've got the bazaar, you've got St. Peter's Church to have a look around. You can just wander around yourself. You've got the castle, but the city is wonderful, and I would spend some time there, the hustle and bustle of Bodrum. We then go into Antalya, which is, of course, further along the coastline now. And there, we've got the Dunedin Falls. You've got the ancient city to wander around. You've got some great beaches as well if you want to spend some time there. And then finally, from there, we go into Cyprus.
So not final. We've got loads left.
Loads more to go. We're into Limassol. Normally, we're just fooling around the British Isles the last couple of months, but this is massive.
Absolutely.
Then we go into Limassol, into Cyprus again. I used to live in Cyprus, so Limassol's nice, but I always think it's in between. You can go to Paphos one way, you can go down to Ayia Napa and Proteras Aral. You dock just in Limassol, so if you want to spend the day there, you can, but I would recommend maybe a trip up to Paphos and some great sights to go and see there. Rhodes is wonderful. Did you go to Rhodes?
I did.
You did
I
Rhodes?
absolutely loved it.
And Rhodes is fantastic. So you can go off to Lindos. You've got the Acropolis.
This is where we
Lindos.
Went.
Did you go there?
Yeah, we went.
Yeah, we holidayed there.
I can say one of the best sightseeing tours we've ever done.
It's brilliant. Really, really good in Lindos. But actually in Rhodes town, it's well, you can just wander off. You've got the walled city. Go and sit in the bars and restaurants there and just watch the world go by. We go into Kusadasi next, which I love Kusadasi. As you make your way up from Kusadasi, you've got the bustling markets. You can buy all your genuine fake goods there for a little bit less than what you pay in the UK. But I would recommend a trip to Ephesus in the morning. Do it when it's a little bit cooler, and then come back and spend the day doing a bit of bartering and haggling in the markets of Kusadasi. One of my favourite ports, that one. We then go on to Mascada. Again, this is the island, which is a little bit different on there as well. And again, this one here, it's along the Aegean coast. You can try some wine tasting, maybe go to some of the fish restaurants. You can swim if you wanted to, and they've got great bars and restaurants along the coastline there. And then from there, we're back into Istanbul. This is where Asia meets Europe. And again, if you've never done Istanbul, you've got an overnight there, so you can really go and experience. And I would definitely recommend a trip to the Blue Mosque.
And when you arrive at port to see the you know, as you say, the east and the west, they're completely different.
Completely different. It's a wonderful city with the river in the middle of it.
Yeah, it's amazing.
But as I said, make sure you try and get to that Blue Mosque. But I think the itinerary is phenomenal. The ship is brand new. Yeah. Great restaurants, great service.
And it maybe you've got a really special, you know, anniversary, you know, on the, you know, in June 2023 or that year, And this is really special. You could put
Or
your
maybe
deposit...
you've not been away for 2 years, you've got a bit of money under your pillar.
Yeah, or 3 years or
And
4
you want
years.
to treat yourself.
By the time that, yeah, true. But you only need to put down a 10% deposit, which is fully refundable as well. So return flights included there. You've got free Wi-Fi. Also, your choice of either the house select beverage package, sounds good to me, or up to $800 spend or excursions as well. That deposit is fully refundable, so no risk there. Airport support transfers can be added at the time of booking as well, and flights are available from Aberdeen, Belfast, Birmingham, Bristol, Cardiff, Glasgow, Humberside, London, Manchester, Newcastle and Teesside, and those regional flights available at no additional supplement.
How good is that?
It's a lot of flights to choose from, isn't it? And you also get your choice of specialty restaurants included in your cruise fare as well. You can even upgrade to business class flights there from just £99. Let's just show you the prices. And, as Glenn said, this isn't a cheap and cheerful cruise. We're talking about really...
Special one. Yeah, really special one.
Really
and as I say, beautiful ship, brand new. And as I said, if you really want to treat yourself, this is a really, really good one.
I should say that, not stuffy at all. Don't think you have to dress up. It's like
it's like a country club, smart casual, every night.
Like the look of that one a lot. But it's now time for this week's Hot Pick. And this one's sizzling, isn't it?
Sizzling one on this one. So this is going to be on celebrity on there for us. So as I said, this one is again Italy and Greek Isles. Celebrity is flying at the moment. We're so busy with them at the present time. And again, this is on Celebrity Edge, which is one of their new ships. I was fortunate enough. I think you've been on Edge. We've both been on Edge, and it's one of their brand new ships. The ID for this one is 273937. Again, it's the Celebrity Revolutionised Edge class experience, which you might not have seen before. You've got with all Celebrity now, all drinks, tips and Wi-Fi for everyone. Now they've got reduced regional flights. Now once they lose this promotion, the price will go up.
And are those flights are included?
They're included in the cost on there for you. Exclusive October saving. And the balconies start from just $12.99. Now if you've never done Celebrity before, you want to try it, again, it's like some of the other ships. Once you've tried Celebrity, and I book so many Celebrity clients that go back time and time again, really, really good price. But even if you want to go for the inside at 1145, but for 150 quid, have a balcony.
I've cruised with Celebrity, I think, about 8 times, and they are exceptional. But that price, I don't know, but I've got a feeling prices could rocket next year.
Once those regional flights go, this price will go up anyway. But prices are going up now for 22. You need to get booking now.
That is really good.
And it's a nice time of year to go.
That's amazing. Now, Glenn, they've also just released their 2023 voyages.
Yeah, so I've mentioned that a few of the cruise lines are going to start bringing out their 23 stuff, so it's going to be very, very busy for us in the next month or so. Now, again, on sale today to past passengers, you've got our brand new European 2023 voyages. It includes the Silhouette, which is going to return to Southampton for summer 23, which is always really, really good. And again, on general sale from Thursday, the 21st of October. Again, get in early. People had this old concept of, we'll leave it to the last minute. That has gone with cruising. Book early, get the best price, get your cabins you want, get your flight secured. Fantastic for 2023. We're going to be busy.
I'm just so pleased. I really missed cruising over the last couple of years, and it's just great.
Yeah, it's nice to be back. Really nice to be talking about places, further afield.
It's exciting. I think, a lot of people, speak to here, they're just desperate to get away abroad, and
a smile on your face.
Yeah,
just put a smile
and
on
you
your
can
face.
start booking now. You can really do it. I had a nice cup of coffee with a regular viewer and a friend of mine, Judy, and her husband David earlier, and Judy and David, they did do a lot of cruising with P&O.
Yeah.
But I think they feel that maybe their time's, past for cruising. I think they've got some more cruises in them.
Oh, I think they have new ships coming out and stuff like that.
So Judy, if you're watching, and David, I know they're watching.
Love, get on a ship.
Yes.
Get on it, come on.
Because we've actually got the brand new Iona, which is getting amazing reviews.
Yeah, now this ship, I always felt sorry for Iona because it was under wraps for about 15 months. So I've never known a ship so ready to go. Obviously, it's not been purpose-built, but it's built mainly for the fields because that's where it does its whole summer season.
So it's got lots of glass, hasn't it?
Loads of glass. So this is the Sky Dome that they have there now. This is 344 metres long. It's the biggest cruise ship to go out of Southampton. 19 decks on this one. It's a floating palace. 5,200 passengers, which is obviously not at the moment because they're reducing capacity. We've had loads of our guys go on and loads of passengers come back absolutely loving the ship. 30 bars and restaurants on board just to keep you occupied for your 7 days on there. Just to give you an idea of some of the restaurants, you've got Chef's Table, you've got Hook, Line and Vinegar, you've got the Boardwalk Diner, you've got, of course, Epicurean, Sindhu, Beach House, which is synonymous with P&O as well. And of course, you've also got the 710 Club, which Gary Barlow's involved in this. This is where one of your big music venues. You've got the Limelight Club, which is always very, very popular. And as I said, with this one as well, with Iona, you've got your tips included on this one, and you've got freedom dining throughout the ship. So again, with the cabins, they've got their standard inside, outside balconies. You've also got the infinity verandas as well, where you've got almost like a conservatory.
Yes, I've seen those. They look
and
lovely.
They work really, really well when it's not boiling hot outside, and especially for the fjords, you know, April, May, maybe September, when it's cooling down a little bit, they're really, really popular. And with Iona, we always recommend with them, especially with the balconies, that you go for the select fare so we can allocate your balcony cabin number for you.
Again, I'm just amazed at how affordable this is.
Well, if you think a new ship, you know, and again, if you've never done the fjords, first-time cruisers, what I would say to you this, they are sailing around the fjords every 7 days. I think it's Saturday to Saturday. I might be corrected on that, but it's Saturday to Saturday. So what I would say is, if you're a couple, June, brilliant time to go, maybe April, June, September. If you've got the kids, half term's getting full up already, summer is packed. And of course, with P&O, they reduce the amount of kids of each age group. So even though the availability might be there, if your kids club is full, even if you're not going in it, it will stop you going. So you've got to book up this now, and prices are only going to go up.
Yeah, because it's selling really quickly, Smasher. But I mean, I've cruised on the fjords a couple of times, and it's amazing.
Yeah, and again, the ports of call you go to, a lot of them are small little hamlets. So it's the cruising, whereas like the other cruises we said going into Barcelona or places like you go off and explore, they're small little hamlets. Now Stavanger, so with this one you're going to have a day at sea, which you're going to need in Iona to get around you 30 bars and restaurants, and then the next day you dock in Stavanger. Stavanger is a bigger city. That's the Lysefjord, which you'll sail through, and again, like I'm saying to you, with the Pulpit Rock, that's one of the things to go and see. I think that's where the Mission Impossible was filmed, with the helicopter on the Pulpit Rock there. But again, the whole point of cruising the fjords is the cruising. Okay, sitting on that back deck, having a drink. Norway's not the cheapest place to eat and drink out, so you tend to go off, do your tours, come back on board, and just take in the views. And the sailing in, sailing out of these ports is wonderful. We then go on to Olden. Now, Olden's great because, again, the sailing there is fantastic. Olden is about as big as your lounge. Sean, now I know you've got a mansion, so it's a reasonable size, but that is sailing into Olden, and you can look at the views there, and again, if the weather's good, it's stunning. Now the thing to do here, I would say, is go off to a place called the Brixdale Glacier, which you can't get to if you're walking. You need to do one of the tours, and you can either walk all the way down to the Brixdale Glacier, which is lovely, or they do what's called the troll cars, and they're almost like golf buggies, and they'll take you all the way down as far as you can go, and then you walk the last distance to the glacier. But that's a really good excursion, and I would recommend doing that one. Again, from there we go into Ålesund. Ålesund is a nice destination. Again, a small town, a little bit bigger than Olden, but you've got the Atlantic Sea Park, you've got the Sundmore Museum, you can go and see some of the stave churches when you're out and about. And again, I would probably take a tour here to go and see it, but this is what all the views are like all the way through these fields.
And they are just...
And as I said, Iona is designed to be, even if you're not outside and you're sitting inside, glass panelling all the way through, and you've got the Hanseatic buildings there, which are beautiful, and you really are soaking up Norwegian culture. And then Haugesund, again, which is an alternative into Bergen, because a lot of the ships have been going into Bergen, so they've done this as a slight alternative. And again, a number of things to see here. You've got the monument, you've got the art gallery to go and see, you've got the civic museum, and again, you've also got the zoo there, so you might want to trip there. But again, into there, and you can see small little hamlets, small little buildings, and you'll be just immersed in the culture of Norway. I
just remember, the air just feels so clean.
It does, you still feel so clean. And what's lovely about it, you've got a day at the start and a day at the end on the ship, and then 4 ports of call in the middle, which is your standard fjords cruise. It's a 7-day cruise altogether, wonderful ship to go on, designed for the fjords, and the prices are phenomenal.
Well, let's just show you what's included. I'm really tempted on this one, actually, because I've had so many great things.
Iona, it's great.
Yeah, so some friends of mine did over the summer and loved it. So just explain this. It says book select fare, and you get all these extras.
So the saver fare is normally the prices that we're advertising, and that's normally sort of an allocated inside, outside or balcony. The select fare means we can actually pick a cabin number. You pay slightly more, but with that one you'll get either free spend, which normally compensates for that, port parking or UK coach transfers, and then we can allocate your cabin. And that's quite a big thing with the balcony cabins, the way it's designed on there. I would always go with the select fare on there. And plus as well, if you book an outside or above on the select fare, you'll actually get extra onboard spend on that one. Low deposits, which are great. They're only about 10%, which is really good. And all your tips are included. And the drinks prices, they have a drinks package on board P&O, which you can purchase. But again, they're what you pay in the pubs at home, your drinks.
Well, look at all these dates. Now, these are the prices from, and they apply to each month. But you were saying that, there's 4 dates, or 4 or 5 dates in each month.
They're going every single week. So May's got 4 dates or 5 dates, depending on how the month falls. So you can pick your dates. And as I said to you, summer holidays, obviously, end of July and August, end of May for half term. If you haven't got the kids, go out at those times. June and obviously September are really, really nice times to go. Yeah. But people always say about April with the fjords, that's a great time to get, because snow and ice, it's all starting to melt. So your waterfalls are going to be the strongest in April. So if you really want those beautiful waterfalls, that's a good time to go.
And if you want lots of daylight, I've been in July as well. Yeah. And literally, it's light till pretty much midnight.
Yeah, which is always a bit weird, but it's good.
A couple of hours of darkness and the lights, it's light again. But anyway, we have got another hot pick coming up next. Have a look at this. Now, this is a cruise company that I've always...
Have you not been with them?
No. I'll be honest, a little bit out of my price range.
Okay.
But now I'm getting older. I think, I just want to do it,
Yeah, exactly.
And actually, for Silver Sea, and I mean, they're known to be like the very top, aren't they?
Again,
6-star.
Again, top level on there, 6-star, and again, you've got everything included on this one.
And they are amazing. You probably, you might have seen, programmes about Silver Sea. This is for, and I am seriously tempted. It's for January 2022, 24th. We've got an Ideal World and Planet Cruise exclusive offer. So if you book a Vista suite, you receive an upgrade to the classic veranda suite. And I've seen the pictures. They're incredible, aren't they?
Beautiful.
All your flights are included, and that also includes transfers and a one-night post-cruise hotel stay in Barbados. And it is an all-inclusive, it's 6-star luxury cruise, and that's all of your drinks, meals, and tips. Silver Sea are known to be the best.
And again, it's one of those, once you've tried that, struggle to go with anyone else.
I've thought about it for years, I really have. But we've got one final cruise, and this is with Princess Cruises, who I was with. I did one of their mini cruises last month.
Is that another cruise? Yeah.
I had 2 years not cruising. I've got to cram them. I'm so impressed with Princess, and you've been saying they're getting amazing.
Okay, so we speak to. We've got the video showing at the moment, which we'll come back to in a minute.
Yeah, we'll talk about this, the medallion.
We'll show it again in a second, but. We speak to a lot of passengers that come back off the ships, and feedback on all the staycations has been very, very positive, very, very good. But I would have to say that Princess are the ones that people are walking off that ship and phoning us the next day to rebook, whether it's the Regal or the Sky Princess or one of the other ships they've got. They are doing something really right at the moment.
You know the medallion you keep seeing on people's wrists and around the neck. I'll explain that in a minute, but I absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
And I'm not a technical person. You may have noticed, but you download an app, and then when you go on board, you get a medallion. And what was so great, you could actually anywhere on the ship, you could actually order drinks and food. So you'd walk into bar rather than having to queue. There's none of that. You'd sit down. You could even order your drinks as you arrive into the bar. And actually, the technology, the waitresses would find exactly where you're sitting.
I booked a bloke yesterday. He went, I did it in the jacuzzi. Well, ordered a drink. I'm not. Yeah, he was like that. I was sitting there, ordered it. She found me in the jacuzzi.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
It was brilliant.
He said, I loved it.
You get really lazy on holiday, so lazy you can't even be bothered to go to loo. Sometimes you think, I need to go to loo, but I'm just having a sunbed.
I think that's probably why I was in the jacuzzi.
But seriously, I remember being on the sunbed outside and thinking, oh, I am a bit peckish and I want a drink. You'd literally do that, and a few minutes later, your food and drinks are amazing.
But as I said, I'd have to say, my mate's the cruise director Andy's on Sky Princess, which I've mentioned before, and obviously I see a lot of the stuff he's posting at the moment. But as I said, feedback, we've been positive for all the cruise lines, but I'd have to say Princess are doing something at the moment because everyone's coming back and just rebooking, which they're.
Yeah, I'm going to be booking again, absolutely. Looking at the ships are beautiful, they really are. But again, I'm looking at the price here, 12 nights Canaries, 855. I love the fact that you can add the drinks package for just like £30.
Well, it's not the drinks package. You're getting premium drinks package. You're getting Wi-Fi, and your tips are included. The tips are like $14 a day. So you're getting all your drinks. Yeah. So by the time you've had a couple of drinks and add it on, so you're looking at adding probably £360 on. But that's it taken care of. The ship was built in 2007, but it was refurbished 2019, and obviously hasn't been used much since then. Loads of good restaurants. You've got the Steakhouse, the Crown Grill, which I'd really recommend, and you've also got fine wine and the seafood bar, which is really, really popular. The ship as well, as I said, you've got the medallion on there, which makes it nice and easy. Cabins inside, outsides, all the way up to obviously the mini suites and the suites, but a good itinerary to go down to.
Well, I was going to say, let's just quickly share the itinerary. It's the Canaries, so you know you're going to get great weather. Out Southampton, we're at sea for a day, and then it's Vigo, isn't it?
Yeah, then down to Vigo on that one, so always good with that one. Docked straight in the heart of Vigo. Always think the fish restaurants are there. Shellfish is wonderful. Then we have another day at sea, and then we go into one of my favourite places. One of my mates is just in there at the moment and was posting pictures today. Actually, Andy, the cruise director, is in Funchal today, and was posting pictures in my favourite restaurant, the Little Tinker. But in Madeira, you can go up on the cable car, the funicular. You can wander around. I always say it's Caribbean meets Europe, but it's a good destination to go to, and you've got all day in Madeira. We then go into Tenerife. You go down into Santa. You fly into the south of the island, and then you go across to the north. Again, you can make your way up into Mount Teide. You've got Laurel Park. You can go to Playa de Americas. You can go wherever you want to on there. But Tenerife's always been a popular destination, and you've got the day there. From there, we go to Gran Canaria, so we're doing the 3 big islands in the Canaries. Gran Canaria, we're going into Las Palmas, and again, from there, you've got Maspalomas. You can go to a number of different destinations there. I used to live there, I used to rep there.
You've travelled around,
I've been around, mate, don't worry about that.
You've been around.
Call me Zebedee, I'm around about all around. And then you've got Lanzarote. Always a little bit windy in Arrecife, but good for your windsurfing, your kite surfing. You can go and ride the camels there if you wanted to. Day at sea, and then into Lisbon. So we're going under the 25th of April Bridge. You've got the Christ the Redeemer statue. Of course, you've got the Bellum Tower. And then when you're in the centre of Lisbon, you've got the yellow trams making their way around there. You've got the big square. And again, you've got the glass elevator, which is something that you want to go there if you've never done it. Day at sea, and then, of course, then back into Southampton. So it's a nice Canary cruise. Good. 3 of the big islands in the Canaries. You know you're going to get good weather, and you're doing Madeira as well.
Yeah. And that, when you look at the price for, 12 nights as well. So this is what's included. Early booking savings, they are included in the price shown on the screen. All your meals, and the food was fantastic with Princess, really good. 24-hour complimentary room service as well. And the Children's Activity Programme is in partnership with the Discovery Channel as well, isn't it?
Which is good. And as I said, 90% of people that book with us at the moment are adding that drinks package on, and we can just do that for you. So 360 quid will get you all-inclusive for the
You know, I'd never cruise without a drinks package.
Oh, I know.
So, yeah. And these are the prices. So even, when you look at the suite price, for example, that's still only, for August as well. August is an expensive month normally.
It is. So it's a really, really good price on there at the moment.
So the price
is the family of 4, but that's not going to be around for long because we haven't got many family of 4s left. No.
So give us a call. But what we are going to do is a quick reminder. Just before we do, just very quickly, I forgot to say at the top of the show, a big hello to David and Jane, who I met on my cruise the other week. They were a lovely couple. David and Jane, I didn't forget you. You had a great time with you. Big fan of ours.
She just texted you, didn't you? She said, make sure you mention me.
no, but David and Jane, lovely to meet you on the cruise. But here's a recap then, Glenn.
Right, let's go through it. So Marella Explorer to start with. Lead date 16th of December 2021. Again, we've got multiple dates there. And again, with that one, the ID is 290180. £100 off that price. Tips, drinks and transfers included. Loads of regional flights, but remember, you must be vaccinated 14 days prior to travel.
And we should say that £100 off is shown in the price on the screen.
Yeah,
so that's the price you pay $499. Amazing. Then we saw this incredible cruise, brand new ship from Oceania. It's the Vista, of course, the 10-night Greek Isles Odyssey from Athens to Istanbul. There, I know, you might be looking to think, oh, shall I go for it? Shall I not? Don't forget the deposit is fully refundable. But I cannot emphasise enough what brilliant food you're going to have. You've got return flights, and you've got a massive selection of those. Choice of free Wi-Fi. Well, you will get free Wi-Fi, but your choice of house-let beverage package, or up to $800 spent, or excursions as well. And all the specialty restaurants are included as well. And then we had P&O, didn't we?
We did. We had the Iona. Again, they're sailing through the fields all through the summer. of 22, and I presume they're going to do it for 23 when they launch, hopefully next month. Leading price on this one is $589 per person, but if you book the select fare, you can choose from free spend, port parking and UK transfers. Plus, if you book the outside cabin or above on the select fare, you'll get free extra onboard spend, which is nice. Low deposit, so minimum to pay now, and no tipping included. And so the lead on date there, we've got is 14th of May, but it runs through the whole summer.
Oh, yeah, very tempted by that one. Then we also had our Princess cruise, and this was the 12-night Canary Islands from Southampton. For that date, the 20th of August, to get a price of $855 is incredible. And don't forget, if you want to upgrade, just £30 per person per night will give you all-inclusive and Wi-Fi as well.
And tips.
And tips, yeah. And then we had our hot picks, and this was sizzling.
Yeah, so again, we've got the edge. Just remember, I mean, Celebrity are going out around the Med, and they've got all their cruises going out for 2022 as well, and a lot of reduced airfares at the moment. But the one we featured is the 21st of May 22, 273937. Again, you get a chance to try one of the new ships. You get drinks, tips and Wi-Fi included. Reduced regional flights, but they won't last long. And of course, the balconies start from $12.99.
And then I would love to do this one, Silver Sea, from Fort Lauderdale to Bridgetown there. It's just in January of next year, 30 nights on board the Silver Spirit, and it is an exclusive offer with Planet Cruise and Ida World. If you book a Vista suite, you'll receive a free upgrade to a classic veranda suite as well. Obviously, everything is included, and we're talking about a 6-star luxury, aren't we?
Beautiful, beautiful ship.
Glenn, it's just so nice.
Just getting more relaxed. I can't believe I've got to drive over in a minute. I'm like that. I might have 10 minutes.
I just want to go to cruise, don't you? That's been back on a cruise. We're back in a month's time, aren't we?
Yeah, we are. We're still doing monthly at the moment, but as I said, hopefully that will start up again a little bit more frequently. But as I said,
come on, yeah, January we need one at least every 2 weeks.
The industry's back. I think we're starting to cruise again now, which is fantastic. People are getting a lot more confident, and as I said, just get your booking on them cruises.
And I can say from my own experience, having cruised last week, really safe, really great, and a wonderful experience. So join us next month with Planet Cruise, and book your cruise now. Open till 10 o'clock tonight and first thing tomorrow.
If you'd like to be in the know with the latest and greatest cruise deals, then be sure to subscribe and click the bell icon to receive notifications every time we post a video.